Unlocking Inner Peace Lessons from Anandamayi Ma's Teachings. In a world where chaos often seems to overshadow tranquility, there exists a beacon of inner peace and enlightenment. This beacon is illuminated by Anandamayi Ma, a spiritual teacher whose teachings resonate deeply with those seeking a deeper understanding of their true selves. Today, let us delve into her profound lessons on unlocking inner peace, drawing inspiration from her life experiences and the wisdom she shared with her disciples. You might be wondering, what exactly does it mean to find inner peace? Is it a fleeting state or a constant companion? As we explore Anandamayi Ma's teachings, we will discover that inner peace is not merely a destination, but a journey filled with moments of profound serenity and clarity. Let me tell you this. The first step towards finding this inner peace lies within your own heart and mind. It is a reflection of how well you understand and nurture your emotions, thoughts, and relationships. Anandamayi Ma lived a life of simplicity, humility, and deep devotion. Her journey was marked by numerous encounters with various people, each interaction offering valuable lessons about the nature of existence and the quest for inner peace. One such encounter stands out vividly in her memoirs, which she titled The Heart Speaks. In one instance, she recounts a conversation with a woman who had lost her husband. The woman's grief was overwhelming, and she seemed lost in despair. Anandamayi Ma approached her gently and asked, "What do you feel?" The woman replied with tears streaming down her face, "I am sad." Anandamayi Ma then said, "So you are sad?" The woman looked at her in disbelief as if asking, "Is that all?" Anandamayi Ma continued, "Yes, that is all. You are sad." This simple exchange taught the woman a profound lesson. It was not the sadness itself that was the issue, but rather her attachment to it. She realized that while sadness is a natural part of life, clinging to it prevents one from experiencing joy and inner peace. Here's something you should know. When we hold onto negative emotions, we imprison ourselves within them. Embracing the transient nature of feelings allows us to transcend them and find peace. Another anecdote from Anandamayi Ma's life highlights the importance of living in the present moment. She once visited a village where she found herself surrounded by a group of children playing together joyfully. As she observed, she felt a sense of peace wash over her. Anandamayi Ma remarked, "Children have no past or future. They live only in the present. Is that what we all need?" She emphasized that by letting go of our worries about the past and the anxieties about the future, we can connect more deeply with the present moment, thereby finding inner peace. Real-life example. Reflect on a time when you were caught up in the past or the future. Maybe it was a missed opportunity, a failed relationship, or a regrettable decision. Did you find yourself dwelling on these experiences, allowing them to consume your thoughts and emotions? What would happen if you decided to let go of these past regrets and focus on the present moment instead? Would it bring a sense of peace and clarity? Anandamayi Ma's teachings emphasize the power of self-reflection and introspection. She believed that by examining our thoughts and actions, we can identify patterns and habits that prevent us from achieving inner peace. For instance, she often advised her disciples to practice mindfulness, observing their thoughts without judgment. Through this practice, they could gain insight into their motivations and desires, leading to greater self-awareness and emotional balance. A personal anecdote. I remember a period in my life when I was consumed by anxiety about my career and future prospects. I found myself constantly worrying about making mistakes and not being good enough. One day, I decided to take a break from my daily routine and engage in a simple activity, journaling. I wrote down all my worries and fears, acknowledging them without trying to change anything. After a few minutes, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. It was then that I realized I needed to focus on the present moment and trust my abilities rather than dwell on imagined scenarios. Anandamayi Ma's teachings also underscore the significance of compassion and empathy. She believed that by extending kindness and understanding to others, we cultivate a sense of interconnectedness and inner peace. In her autobiography, she writes, "When we are kind to others, we are kind to ourselves." A real-life example of this principle is witnessing a compassionate act of kindness towards someone in need. Whether it's holding open a door for a stranger or offering a listening ear to a friend in distress, such acts of kindness remind us of our shared humanity and foster a feeling of unity and peace. Let us consider a scenario. Imagine you see a colleague struggling to meet a deadline at work. Instead of focusing on your own workload, you decide to offer your assistance. By doing so, you not only help alleviate your colleague's stress but also create a positive ripple effect within your team. Over time, this small act of kindness becomes a habit, leading to a more harmonious work environment and a greater sense of inner peace. Moreover, Anandamayi Ma teaches us the value of surrendering control and embracing uncertainty. She believed that by accepting the unpredictable nature of life, we can release our attachment to outcomes and find inner peace. One of her most famous quotes is, "Life is full of uncertainties, and the only thing we can do is to accept it and be happy with it." This philosophy resonates deeply with many individuals who struggle with anxiety and fear of the unknown. A personal reflection. When faced with unexpected challenges or setbacks, do you tend to react with fear or try to control the situation? Have you ever found yourself berating yourself for not having planned everything out? Anandamayi Ma's advice is to embrace the unknown and trust that everything happens for a reason. By releasing control, we allow ourselves to flow with the ebb and flow of life, finding a sense of inner peace and resilience. Lastly, Anandamayi Ma's teachings highlight the importance of gratitude. She believed that by cultivating an attitude of thankfulness, we can shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. This shift in perspective leads to increased happiness and inner peace. Consider this. If you were to make a list of things you are grateful for, even in the midst of challenging times, would it make a difference in how you perceive your circumstances? A story from her life illustrates this point beautifully. She once visited a group of villagers who were facing difficulties due to a drought. Instead of focusing on their hardships, she encouraged them to reflect on the blessings in their lives, such as clean water, good health, and loved ones. By doing so, they found solace and strength to persevere through the tough times. Here's something you should know. Practicing gratitude doesn't require grand gestures or elaborate rituals. It can be as simple as taking a moment each day to acknowledge the small joys and blessings in your life. In conclusion, the path to unlocking inner peace is a continuous journey that requires self-reflection, compassion, surrender, and gratitude. Anandamayi Ma's teachings serve as a guiding light, reminding us that inner peace is not a destination, but a state of mind that can be cultivated through conscious effort. By embracing the transient nature of our emotions, living in the present moment, practicing self-awareness, extending kindness, surrendering control, and cultivating gratitude, we can transform our lives and find lasting inner peace. Now, take a moment to reflect on your own life. Identify areas where you might apply these principles and begin to make small changes today. Remember, the journey to inner peace begins with a single step. May this knowledge empower you to embark on your own path towards tranquility and fulfillment.